Hi everyone, my name is Chavi, and today I am bringing you the Quest tool. So, guys, Quest offers us various services where we can take a backup of our services or recover the services, or we can use it to migrate your services from existing environment to a new environment. Now, when we talk about existing environment, it can be your on-premises Active Directory or SQL Services environment, or it can be your Microsoft 365 services, or it can be your file servers or SQL servers or Exchange SharePoint services. Now, if you can observe on the screen, right, I am on quest.com, and on quest.com, when you go to free trials, you can see the list of all the freeware software which Quest offers. Now, of course, they are not free. The free trial is only for a limited amount of time, and the services are paid depending on whatever features you want to utilize. You can buy the required license. Now, I am going to demonstrate you with the on-demand migration tool, which can be used to migrate your users or groups or mailboxes or your OneDrive data or SharePoint and your Teams data from one Microsoft 365 tenant to another Microsoft 365 tenant, right? This is an enterprise grade tool, and many organizations are using this tool to um, in their many of the organizations are using this tool in their migration projects, right? So what do we need to do? We need to start with our trial for this product, right? For the trial, we're gonna click on try online, right? When you click on try online, you'll have to accept the terms and conditions, right? And if you uh, have not created an existing account, or you don't already have an existing account, you can sign in for your free trial account. The another portal is the Quest on demand portal, right, which is your actual workspace. This is where from where you are going to add your tenants, fetch your user accounts, manage your Quest licenses, or manage the mailboxes, or initiate the migration of your mailboxes or your SharePoint or your OneDrive data, or migration of your users. And as you can observe that now Quest offers only one single option, that is to sign in with Microsoft, right? So as soon as we will click on sign in with Microsoft, I will get an option to use my Microsoft 365 account to log in, right? Whatever account you have, probably it's gonna be your organization's account, or if you have any trial account or personal Microsoft 365 account of yours, we can use that, right? Now let's log in. And since this is not the first time that I am logging in, so I will not get the option to grant access to my Azure AD. So, guys, when you will first time log in, or you will first time click on sign in with Microsoft, and you will log in with your Microsoft 365 credentials, you will have to grant access to Quest on your Azure AD or your Entra ID, right? So make sure that you have proper administrative access on your Entra ID, so that an application can be registered in your Entra ID and proper permissions can be granted to Quest. Now, the next step here is to create an organization. Now, let's click on create an organization and we will give name as Alpha Fashions. Right. And since we live in India, we don't have India. Okay, I'm gonna go with your US then, and let's click on create organization. Done. Let's click on, let's accept the terms and conditions and privacy. Let's click on continue. Done. So this is the portal we can see. Let's click on the left navigation. This is your dashboard or your home. Whatever tenants we have added, whether it's one or multiple tenants, any agents, any on premises Active Directory domains. When you want to start migration, you can see the options here, your projects or your Active Directory, AD, directory sync, domain rewrite, domain move operations, whatever operations you want to perform, recovering your Entra ID, audit services, your security settings, your licenses, right? Now,
Reports.
let's come back to home and let's click on tenants. So, we are going to add our first tenant. Let's click on add tenant and what kind of tenant it is. Mine is a commercial tenant, or if you have a GCC tenant or a GCC high tenant, you can use the other option as well. Let's click here. Now, you are being redirected to the Microsoft Entra ID sign in page. You must sign in as a global administrator for the tenant. After sign in, you must click accept to provide admin consent for the tenant. All right. So let's click on OK. Make sure you're logging in with your global admin account. Let's click on OK. So I am already logged in with my global admin account, and let's click on my account. So remember earlier, I was saying when you log in for the first time, you will have to grant access to Quest on demand on your Entra ID. So again, since you're adding this tenant now, we'll have to grant the permissions. Let's click on accept. Now, although I've added the tenant and it takes like just a few seconds to add the tenant. So just like we have added my first tenant, we will have to add the second tenant as well. Right? All right. Let's observe something. See, I do not have any subscriptions, right? Although I added my first tenant, which was my Alpha Fashions tenant, but when I go to migrate and I go to projects, I do not have any subscriptions. So under settings, under subscriptions, we can see that I do not have any subscription. So let's do one thing here. Let us get a trial of this service. I'm going to click on I have read and accept the service software transaction agreement, the SaaS addendum, and the privacy policy. So let's click on sign in for the free trial, and we're gonna go log in with Microsoft. Right. So Quest software is going to need access on data in my Entra ID or in my organization or using the account with which I'm logged in on that. It will need access. So let's provide the consent and let's click on accept. Right? Let's accept the policy and let's click on continue. Right? So let's add the details: my name, my business email, my job title. So, guys, you add all the details, your phone number and postal code and everything, the name of your company and the size of your company. And after you have added all the details, you click on update account. So, while this is going on, let's come back here on the quest on demand and let's go to home and let's see if we have got our trial subscription. So if you can see, I have been automatically redirected to the quest on demand portal. And guys, please observe that I have got the license, or I have got the subscription. Right? It's again asking me to log in. Probably we won't need that. Let's go to settings here. Let's go to subscriptions, and let's observe that we have got the trial license for on demand migration. Guys, there are different types of licenses as per the services we want to use, right? That is my T1 license. There are other licenses if you want to migrate other services like SharePoint or Power BI or Teams. But we have only T1 license using, that's a trial license, and I can migrate accounts, mail, and OneDrive. Right? There are different categories of licenses based on the services we want to migrate. Right? Great. So we have achieved the license. So, guys, so far we have seen how to sign up or how to get a trial of the Quest on demand migration tool, how to log in, how to create an organization, how to connect to your first tenant, right? And in the next video, we will see how to grant consent to various services in Entra ID. Because every service like user accounts or mailboxes or Teams or SharePoint needs to be granted separate access so that we can migrate those services to a second tenant. We will see how to create a project, how to import accounts or users and mailboxes and OneDrive accounts, and we'll go further from there. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.